Hello there!
Hello, how are you? How is everybody?
Oh, I think they're all well. How are you, darling?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just doing the obligatory share and share alike. Share
Yes,
everywhere.
that's what
share
I was
the
doing.
Things everywhere. It's like as soon as we say, right, we're going to go live, it's like, quick, let's try and share.
And usually I cheat, I copy and paste something, and I thought, oh my God, I've deleted my page. What am I doing? I've got to type something. so just share.
So there we go. So
good evening, Charlie. Good to
everybody.
see you.
Hello, Charlie. How's your new
Darren.
gaff?
Is it a gaff?
Darren. Gaff.
What's a gaff?
How's their new gaff? Gaff is their new house, their new home, their new place.
Oh,
I
get mixed up with gash. That's what it was.
Yeah, because everyone, like every once in a while, you've got to get yourself a new gash.
Thought you'd been on Wish.com. I got the wrong thing. But there we go. Good evening, Brendan. I hope the radio show was well. I only caught the beginning,
that was
unfortunately.
Another fantastic playlist from the F.O.D Uncles. Absolutely brilliant. I was bopping along all the way through. I promise. I listened to most of it.
Bobbing along, that's a bit on the bottom of the beautiful briny sea.
Of the bottom of the beautiful briny sea.
Oh, I love her, Angela Hansbury. Charlie's
Charlie's
all moved in. It's so nice. Where have you moved to, Charlie? Are you still in Reading? Have you departed us? Have you gone to a nice country village?
They've gone such a long way away. It's now, instead of being like 5 minutes away from town, I think they're like about 4.5 minutes away from town.
Oh,
so,
you saved yourself 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Whoopee.
I think they're doing really, really well.
Let's say good evening to Martin.
Hey, Martin.
You're looking forward to going round there, are you?
Oh yeah, well, I'm looking forward. Once we're allowed, so it's going to be after I can't remember now. The 12th of April or the 17th of May. I can't remember which is the one that we're allowed to do things.
I've actually got it open on my phone. Let me tell you, because I was looking to find out for myself what I could do.
We can sit in people's gardens from Monday onwards.
You can, yes. I'm just looking for social contact. I'm reading it very fast. I'm doing a Boris. Charlie Hockey 6. No later than step 3. You may include hugging. Well, it doesn't say about indoors though. I can't see it,
Just not. Yeah, I was just looking at some of the chat. Hey Rob, nice to see you on the chat there, and just behind Shane's work, just outside, but just not too far from town. I won't reveal your precise address, but yeah, not too far from town, so that's really, really cool.
I'd make a good burglar. I now know.
See, the thing is, I mean, I know their place sounds absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing all the pictures and what have you, but they don't. I think if I recall, from what you were saying, you're in a flat, so you won't necessarily have a garden, so it means it's going to be difficult to hang out in your garden because you haven't got one. A bit like me here, I don't have a garden either where I am. So
I have a lady garden. It's not mine. I borrowed it. But...
I have a lady garden.
Yeah,
yes.
Actually, I got a very butch garden. You've been to my garden. The pink and blue.
I'm very pleased with my lady garden.
Good for you. I should hope so.
Yes. I know.
I've got hair in my eye. Usually either burping in tandem. Today it's hair in tandem.
I know.
I waxed mine tonight, and then I thought, you know what? Because everyone keeps saying you stick it back too much.
I don't wax my lady garden. I'm sorry. I just don't. There's just no way.
I have tongs for mine.
Oh, well, there we go.
Other
yes, I do. I
available.
have because I went to your garden for a barbecue. That was
haven't cleaned up from that yet, so.
So that was the bits in between the two lockdowns when we were allowed to kind of socialise and have fun for that little brief moment of time. So it was really, really nice. The weather was fantastic. The food was great. I think what I recall the most about the food that I really enjoyed was the roasted beetroot that I think you prepared for somebody else. But so instead we ate them and they were absolutely lush.
They may be watching, so I hope they're not. Well, obviously, I hope they are watching, but we're not talking about you, obviously. Other benches available.
I hope they are watching, and if you are watching, please do say pop on the chat and say hello. Tell us what you've been up to. I know it's been quite a busy week for a lot of people. Hi, David. It's good to see you again. So yeah.
Charlie says other roasts are available. Do you know what? You're making me hungry now. I really fancy a roast. I've got a craving. I need a Yorkshire pudding and stuffing.
Yes.
Or just a stuffing. I'm not really fussy. No.
Well, I heard you liked a good stuffing on a Sunday.
I do. That's why I had a sash. Sash and everything. So who else is in there? So we've seen Martin, we've seen Charlie, we've seen David, we've seen Darren. Nice to see you. Martin, Brendan, and I think that's it. Oh, as commented so far. So don't forget, your chat drives the show. So say hello, make a comment, be a bitch if you want to. Everyone else usually is. Where is Amy? She hasn't made any comments yet. Amy, I'm surprised you haven't grabbed my hair by now. Yes, so whatever you got to say makes our show at the end of the day. Darren says, mother been, well, still hospital long-term care, IMCO, heart attack, went down London, other day, mother claps, no good news. Unhappy news, hygienist happy with my teeth, and dentist one feeling needs doing. I'm going to try and put some commas in that and full stops just so I can understand it. So I'm sorry to hear that your mum is still in hospital. I hope she turns a corner and starts to go on the mend very soon. And yes, good news on your teeth. I didn't know last week we were going to take them off you and put them in a cage and stroke them. But I'm so glad your your dentist thinks so. Very good. I'm on wine, so I'm making up stuff as I say.
I was going to say, every week that we're on this show, I learned something new about you. And I'd never even realised that taking somebody's teeth and stroking them, firstly, was a thing, right? I didn't even realise that was a thing that people do. And then now I've learned that this is one of your favourite pastimes. Well, there we go. This is all... Mano, I hope you're paying attention.
I do have lots of sets of them. I name them all. F.O.D, Beryl, and all sorts. Mano's waving and saying, and me, and you what? That you probably need to put something there to explain. Well, Mano has been sending the roadmap to us, even though I had it open, but I had the government legislation, which is a bit more heavy going. Because obviously, training as a solicitor, I have to load these things and think, what the hell does that mean? You know, it's that simple. So how's your week been? Go on.
You did say that you're going to be into soliciting as well.
Well, anything that pays the bills. I'm not fussy. Wouldn't be the first time, to be honest. Yeah, that's a little. When I was younger, this is turning into The View, or it's called or Loose Women. So when I was younger, when I was 18, I did go and see an Uncle Terry it was South Woodford? Yeah, South Woodford. He happened to be a member of Parliament. I won't say which area, I'm not giving you his surname. And I used to get a little bonus for turning up. And it bought my first pair of fake boobs and high heels in Euston.
There we go. So if you're wondering where the scene in... goodness me, I can't remember what it was called now, but the programme that was on recently.
It's a sin?
It's a sin.
I'm psychic.
If you're wondering where the scene where the guy goes into the taxi and then goes back to the politician's place is
very similar, actually,
based on Jamie's life.
When I do my autobiography, I do have so many stories from that period that I can't say in public. When I get tipsy, sometimes I bring some of them out. But I look back, because this is the 90s, this is. So not quite the 80s. And things weren't too dissimilar. I remember getting on a coach from Margate. Was it Margate in those days? I can't remember.
I think Margate was still... I think Margate was still called Margate in those days. Yes.
No, I lived in Kent, or I came from Kent. So getting on the coach to go and do this, it was too expensive on a train, so you get a coach for like £3 or £4. I said we got on the coach in my fake leather trousers, which were PVC. with glitter on, if I remember rightly. And as I was like a sticking set. So, and then I would always go to the Halfway to Heaven on the way back. On the next morning, because you get paid more to stay over. And it was like...
It's a whole new world. Okay, it's like another can of worms that I've accidentally opened.
We're not going to start flying on your rug, darling. It's not going to be that exciting.
Goodness me, no. There's only limited capacity on my rug. Okay, there's only elite kind of people that are allowed to go anywhere near.
Is it a deep shag rug? How many fingers can you get in?
Well, actually, there's another. That's a story for the virtual party, where we're allowed to be a little bit more lewd than we are when we're broadcasting before 9 o'clock. So I won't be going into the details of my cavernous vagina.
Charlie says you've got a bit too Jafar. He's done a mum joke.
Very good. I know. But yes, we do also have the virtual party afterwards, and you are all very, very welcome there, and we'll carry on with all the wonderful kind of silly stories and what have you. But yes, no, it's...
I'm just loading the next story. Hang on. Me chips in. Ooh, that's stuck.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm a little confused now. I'm not going to lie.
So am I. So anyway, how was your week? What have you been up to, Sophie? That's what we want to know.
Well, yeah, this week has been, begin with, it's been another week of work. Yay!
Oh, exciting.
Work's been work as always kind of work. But then we had the fantastic quiz on Monday night, which was really, really good. Really, really good. Really enjoyed it.
Was it there? I think it was, yeah.
And for some complete unknown reason, other than I obviously must have got quite a lot of questions right, I ended up coming in, second place.
I never remember who wins. It was bad.
It was Alan and Dave, because Alan and Dave always wins.
There is that.
And then for some incredible reason, I even surprised myself. I ended up coming in second place. So hi Jan, good to see you.
Hi Jan, we're good. How are you?
That was a really good. A really good evening. And then the rest of the week was just like regular kind of stuff. I took Thursday and Friday off work, of which I've done literally nothing. I have literally just like Thursday was just the joy of having 2 days where I'm not switching my work laptop on. I caught through a whole load of different programs that I've been watching. So kind of like up to date on some of them and just kind of chilled. I had big plans to go for a nice long walk. That never happened on Thursday. It never happened. You should hook up with Mano. And it never happened today either. So yeah, I've been having a kind of a well-deserved rest for a few days, and then it's back to the grind on Monday for another kind of short week. So
it is a short week. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's a short week next week, and it's a short week the week after as well. So I think there's a lot of people at work that were very jealous of me for having a couple of days off, because the work is just so crazy at the moment. So yeah, that's been my week.
I've just worked, which is obviously what I have to do. University lectures on Thursdays. That was straight after work. So it was literally come out of Microsoft Teams, going to going to Zoom, and then 3 hours doing the lectures on judicial president, which was lovely. And then I think Mano wanted to go for a walk today. We didn't, because I had essential shopping to do. So it's not overpaid by.
I saw.
So we went to go to B&M, not our local, the one over in West Reading. Mainkins got a garden centre. As an allotment here, my trips to a garden centre are essential. But we saw the traffic trying to get in the car park and the traffic trying to get out. We're like, no. So we drove to Pamber Heath. Never been. We tried to go to a garden centre once in the last lockdown over there, but the queue was too long. And so I got the rainbow mat that you saw for my bell tent, for people to wipe their feet when they come round, you know, because I do have guests when I go camping. The last time we went camping, we had the gay couple in a transit van. We took their gay points off them for having the transit van, and then gave them one back for having the husky. But when you have guests round, you need to make sure they wipe their feet in a tent. So,
at least it was like a transit van as opposed to a cis-sit van, because you know,
a cystic van,
a cis.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at Sophie's lips to make sure I'm hearing what I'm saying.
A cystic, because you said it was a transit, and then cis-sit.
I don't really get it.
Don't worry.
But...
Everybody that's watching, it's gone over their head. It really has.
Darren says he came fifth in the quiz, was guest on last 12. Yes, he was very good. Didn't get you any further. You were minus points up until that point, but so well done for that. Charlie says, Sophie, have you been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I have been watching that. I have been, I'm enjoying it. The reason why I'm a little bit hesitant is I think, because they've got so much that they're trying to introduce, there's so much they're trying to like weave in with the story and what have you. I think it's a bit heavy going to begin with, so it feels like it's a bit slow because they're trying to explain so much about the connection between what's gone on from, you've got like when Endgame finished, and then you've got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier starting, but then you've also got, in parallel to that, you would have got WandaVision, which was going on probably in kind of parallel to the same kind of thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how they tied everything together. So I've seen the second episode. Looking forward to next week. I think it's going to pick up the pace. There's lots of things which are going to be interested in there. I don't like the new Captain America. There's something rather suspicious about them, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, spoiler alert! In case anyone else hasn't seen it yet. Sorry, I should have said that first.
Is Captain America one of these programs you're talking about?
Look at your top. Just look down.
Yeah, I know it says Captain America, but it doesn't say anything about a Falcon Millennium, whatever you call it, and a Winter Soldier. Bit cold if it was a Winter Soldier, isn't it?
So you're wearing a T-shirt which is talking about Captain America, but you've got no reference or knowledge or interest in the Avengers and Marvel?
No, it was a half price at TK Maxx. Other stores are available, so I got 3 of them.
Well, there we go.
Last me a week. It's quite good.
And that just makes me laugh, because that's also like where you have kind of people that are too young to remember the name of the band that they've got, like Joy Division, Nirvana, and all these different things. You can go up to them and says, "Have you ever heard that band?" And they're like, "No idea." So you bought it for the T-shirt. So it's like you're having a wee. My God, you've done that.
I'm running out of wine. The wine bottles are more good for money, but I'm running out of that already, and I didn't go out to a normal shop.
Done that deliberately. Everyone, right? You thought he was just filling up his glass with wine. It was actually just.
I didn't actually get a chance to go to the toilet tonight before we started.
No, it sounds like you've got the bucket under. You've got the bucket under the table, and you've just had one. So there we go. That was my view on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But yes, it's all linked to Captain America and Marvel. Okay. And
it's on the Disney Channel, is it?
It's on the Disney Plus.
Okay. I do pay for the Disney Channel, so I just don't watch it. I was hoping for bed knobs and broomsticks and things like that. That's why I got it. I'm on the last season. This is not as exciting as your Captain America, but I am now officially on the last season of Cagney and Lacey. So my lockdown has been buying these box sets of stuff we may have grown up with that too young to watch, remember. You've obviously seen bits of Cagney Lacey in your time, have you?
It was when I was when I was a lot younger. It was one of my favourite programs to be watching when it was on television.
As an adult, when you watch it now, season 7 is so bizarre. I mean, there's some really serious subjects in there. You know, you've got Cagney's been raped. She turns down marriage. She's an alcoholic. But then there's other weird moments when they're in fancy. Well, I know they're undercover, but really bizarre fancy dress, and it's hysterical. I got to say hello to Mark. Hello, Mark. I know Mark from many moons ago at the Richmond Arms in Richmond. This is pre-Bradley and pre-Martin days and pre-Wilmer days. So me, Mark, Kevin Grogan, and I'm sure someone else used to drink with us in those days. I was obviously a lot younger then. Mark was just softly spoken and Scottish, and he's up in Scotland now. So I'm back in Scotland. So it's good to see you, Mark. I do miss my days back in Richmond because it was carefree. We were just drunk really all the time. It was lovely times in Richmond, around the back of Waitrose. Other stores are available, obviously. Charlie says the colour of that wine doesn't look like wine. It's because in a green screen, put it in the right window. Oh look, it's got me in it now. Look. Like a frame.
It looks a little devilish, that wine.
It does. Charlie says other colours of wine are available, red or white. Oh, excuse me. I'm green.
Yes.
Erica's in. Good evening, Erica.
Hi.
Mark says thanks for the mention. Great. It was. When I met new Mark, I had just literally been doing drag in Margate, where I come from, Planet Planet, and then I was just starting on the circuit in London. And I was getting residencies in different little bars. None of the big bars with the big money, unfortunately, but little bars in Shepperton. I did a residency, the George in Isleworth and places like that, which was lovely. It kept me going with salad, cream and chips and wine. That's what I remember my days. And Philadelphia. Oh no, it was prunella. Is it prunella? Prunella? There's a cheese in a tube. Someone tell us.
Sure it wasn't just like toothpaste.
Cheese toothpaste on toast. Yeah. I discovered this cheese. I was addicted to it. I was.
You might be right. I've never had it, but I think you might be right.
It sounds right, but yeah,
other cheeses are available.
But you got to remember, this is the time. Before I met Mark, I was homeless. I was living on the streets before this period. So, it's more parts of my life. This is heading into my memoirs all of a sudden. And I was couch surfing. So I stayed at a friend Tony's and stuff like that. Before I could get my.
How were you able to sleep if you were couch surfing? How can you sleep?
You sleep on people's floors, couches.
You have to lie down. But if you're just standing like on the like that all night, just like on someone's couch, how are you supposed to?
There's something I can chuck at the screen. When I write my book, I have been writing a book for years about all these. I am the Bridget Jones of the gay scene. It really, when you go back to some of the things I've gone through, it's bizarre. Everyone's letting me know, but it's called Primella. I can't say it right now. Primula. Oh, they're all saying the same thing. So it was that. I was just addicted to it. I don't know why. I think it's because of any nutritious thing in my mouth at that time.
So your autobiography. Okay, I'm just thinking the title of your autobiography.
Oh, I've got a title.
Hang on. Before you steal my thunder, is other autobiographies are available. That's pure. That's like what is that? Do you like that? Everyone that's watching, do you think that's good? Other autobiographies are available. What would be your suggestion for Jamie's autobiography? So, Jamie, what is the current working title for your autobiography?
The actual working title is Demure. As in, demure is a word, and then, because I am silent and quiet and shy, but I am outside of TV, it's different. And then Muir for Muircap, and it's from Lashes to Leather, is the subtitle. Deaf man saying that. But yeah, so I wrote a few chapters. I never finished it off because couldn't be asked really. Got a bit boring. But no, the whole premise starts.
Your own recollection of your own life is just a little bit boring. That's what's like the little snippets on the back. I read it, but it was just I wrote it and I found it a little bit boring. Jamie Wake,
no, it's when you've got to start looking at your life. I mean, when you do, we all do this. We all reflect. We all go back and parts of my life. And I think sometimes you look at it and you go, either it's a lot of emotional stuff. You're like, I can't, because it's the same with grief. I can talk about grief quite easily, unfortunately. When I go back to certain parts of my grieving process with Selwyn, if I just think about it, I'm taken straight there. So all the emotions, it's like real. It's just there. And it's something else in my life. You do that, and you're like, no, I don't want to do, but I want to be like a bystander. I want to be watching rather than being it. Yes, I've done rent. I was in foster care. I've lived on the streets. I've had my husband dead on my birthday. All these things. Do make a great book, to be fair. So if there are any publishers out there, come and write it for me. I'll just tell you the story. But as a bystander, I think it's exciting, not as someone who lived it. But no, one day, the problem is if I ever won an award for anything, I couldn't say who I am, because then they ask you, how did you start doing certain things? And in a nutshell, I've just given you all the headlines of why I started doing what I do now. It's why when I was Miss Love UK, I know I say that a lot, but I'm so proud of that. I did a lot for the homeless, the Albert Kennedy Trust, because I was so passionate to me. I was doing a lot of work about chemsex and the dangers in education, because I had to be the other person to live that with someone. So there's always a reason why I choose something and do something. I'm just going to say, hola! Coca-Cola. That's my Spanish on my list, but to Jennifer J. Bevan, nice to see you, darling.
Hola,
and Martin's suggestion. Oh, you do more words than me. C'est combien? Oh, it's French. I always know how much in a language. Now you know why. Tonight, Martin says from Sir to Sue. No, it's Sue to Sir to Sue.
From Sir to Sue, from Sue to Sir. So I guess you could say, so, sue me.
Oh, no, I've got a joke. I can't do it. It's an old drag joke, but it's not politically correct anymore about that has that line in it. Other news, you know this already, so I didn't mention it last night. So, as everyone knows, last year I was asked last minute to host Eurovision for the not Eurovision, which was and actually got, I think, 40,000 watching at the time.
I was going to say, I didn't realise Graham Norton wasn't available.
Well, he's very busy. I've got his beard. I borrowed it this week. So I hosted that at Supernova last year. And I had a meeting this week with the organisers of the people that put this on. It's a worldwide contest. And they say that now people still talk about Supernova. Because you know what it's like when things go wrong, technically. Let's face it, I'm going to swear now so you can sue me. I was wankered. So I had just given up during the last show. Mano was just sat there bored.
I'm just pressing the button for the disciplinary hearing. We've got
it's fine. The clocks are going forward. It's fine. And then so I just gave up, and I was like, I remember sitting here. The desk was here, and thinking, well, what do I do? And talking rubbish, really. And other Graham Nortons are also not available. Thank you, Erica, for that. And that's what I did. I just spoke, and you know what I'm like when I don't think about something. I just talk, and it's so bizarre and odd and so. And so what about the meeting?
Pretty much like what every one of you is experiencing right now. Carry on, Jamie. Sorry.
Thank you for that. And yes, I had the meeting. They would prefer Sue, but I've said I don't want to do Supernova this year. I want to be a man. I want to be different so people see both sides of me, knowing the audience we get. And to be a sex symbol, obviously, in the leather fetish and kink world worldwide. So anyway, there's a bit of news I can't make public. Mano does know that completely changes everything for next year. and that's really exciting. But they sent me the script today. So one of the reasons, as you know, that I'm moving to once every week, and Sophie will do every week, but I mean to every once a week just to take a step back because of university and stuff. But I have to record, I think it's 49 scenes in 3 weeks for how they're doing it this year. So it's 49 individual scenes. That's before the live show. It's gone big this year. So
well, I'm glad that giving up the every other Saturday with me, leaving me all alone by myself, trying to kind of run the show. It's giving you time, as you say, for your kind of college work and things and. Sorry. School.
You did that last week.
For your degree. I hope that with your extracurricular activities, that you're still going to be able to, be successful on your studies.
And I think it's important to explain. I think I tried to get across and I didn't do it so well. Is that I'm not stepping away from Club F.O.D. I have done literally a year today. I've been every week in people's living rooms or kitchens, wherever there's a broadcast. And that's a big ask for someone. And I love what Club F.O.D stands for. I basically created it, right? And begged everyone to get involved. And now we've got Sophie, who is a trustee, responsible for Club F.O.D at home, which is the radio and the TV, etc., in charge of it. So I'm not as needed as much to do. So I will be doing the radio show from next Sunday.
You're still very needy.
Needy or needed. You've been a cow. But no, I'm still doing the radio because there's no button. Well, there is buttons to press, but it's not planning, setting things up, putting down. So I can do that, and I can literally sit there, feet up. Oh yeah, that was some shite we listened to. Next song. So easy. So obviously the show will be better than that. So
I was going to say, this is another one of your amazing kind of recommendations. The music is rubbish, and I can put my feet up. Jamie Wake, CEO of Club F.O.D.
Yeah. So what have you done today? So have you done much today? Or?
Today I've had a very exciting and busy day. I've had the thrill and the wonders of going to Sainsbury's. That was my
other supermarkets are available.
I know. I had to get some food and what have you. So I went to Sainsbury's and then drove back the long way round so that I can actually kind of spend a little bit more time not in the flat. So I drove up to Calcott, which is where that
is a nice supermarket though. I do like that one, and it's nearby Kieran and Dunelm's.
Yeah, but they're both shut at the moment, so there's no point kind of going to there. But obviously,
if you are a burglar, it's easy.
I'm not a burglar, so I find those things very hard. I carried on driving after I've doing the after my food shopping. I went back into my car and then drove back out towards Thiel. Went past Thiel, went down towards Pangbourne. And then drove back into town to see if I could get my car washed, but the car wash wasn't open. So this is the excitement of a locked down life.
There is one car wash open. We found it by accident. Can't remember where.
So I then went to the car wash that I know is open, which is by Little Asda. And
where's the Little Asda?
The Little Asda's it's Tilehurst.
Oh, that one. I didn't know there's like a little mini Asda somewhere, like there's a mini Tesco's and stuff like that.
Well, it's a small Asda. It's still fairly big, but it's not as big as the big Asda. That's
got to pay for parking, I remember.
So I had my car washed, and then I came back here and kind of put stuff away and switched on the radio, and then kind of got ready with the studio and stuff. So not much of a thrilling day, because obviously at the moment we're not allowed to have an exciting and thrilling kind of life at the moment. But hopefully They're even saying next week the weather's going to get up to like 23. It was like, yes,
Yeah,
but
Tuesday.
I'm gonna be working, so that's not going to be much fun, and I don't have a garden, so that's not going to be much fun.
But I've got a solution for you, because as
you're going to buy me a new flat to live in that has a garden. Thank you. That's so nice.
If I won the lottery, I would be buying my own little cottage. But no, I'm going to be having a barbecue. I think next weekend, because well, we're going to check the weather. So you are, as usual, on the guest list.
Right, well,
just can't go to the pub after like we normally do.
I was going to say, just be careful, don't do it on Saturday, because although you're not doing SaturGAY Live, I am. And
yeah, but we have recorded SaturGAY Live from the garden here before.
No, but it's my turn to drive, so...
I'll just give you a laptop, plug it, we'll put a cable out the...
Okay, well... breaking news.
Well, no, I don't know if it will be
next Saturday.
There's
but
all
no,
sorts of
it'd be
solutions.
really nice because I mean, it's a long bank holiday weekend, isn't it? So we've got the Friday. And
Oh yeah, it is.
Monday.
Thank you for reminding me. I know you have already mentioned it, but I've forgotten already.
We've mentioned it twice, I think, so far. But yes. But no, that'd be amazing for if you do have a barbecue. That'd be so lovely to go and spend some time.
Maybe the Sunday, but I'm doing a show Sunday now, so maybe that won't work.
So make sure that I hope you'll be providing blankets so that we all stay kind of like warm.
I'm not allowed to get a patio heater. I have dropped hints over the year that it may be needed, but of course you've seen the garden. It is all grow space. Everything is designed for growing. And
I was going to say, you put a patio heater in your garden, you're basically going to set fire to your entire garden.
I'll never have to barbecue the beetroot again. Comes ready, done.
Well, there we go. So yeah, I mean that was my Saturday. Just trying to think if there's anything else exciting and interesting. Starting to finish writing a new song, so that's really cool. So I need to kind of think about how I'm going to start recording that, add that to the list of the other songs that I need to record, and what have you. So yeah.
I have done something magical on Radio F.O.D today. So every show now that goes on for F.O.D TV will now be replayed on Radio F.O.D the next day. And you don't know this because I've been messing about today. So at 1 o'clock tomorrow, you can replay Wake's World at 1 o'clock on the radio.
Breaking news.
Yes.
So for those of you that are listening to listen again on the radio, you're just as surprised as we are, because obviously we didn't know. So hello to all of our listeners out there. Please put stuff on the chat and tell us next week, because that's how it's going.
I went to see if something worked, and surprisingly, because normally I like to experiment and it doesn't work, this worked. So we broadcast through a system called Restream, and actually you can download the video the next day, because I was looking for the song I did last night, and I found you could do the audio rather than the video. So I thought it might not even play at 1 o'clock tomorrow, but if it does, we'll be having our TV shows, because it's just auto DJ over time. The worst thing is, when I watch back, I worked really hard for 10 minutes on that song that I did and finished my show with last night. And very simple to write, actually. And annoyingly, in my earpieces, I was in time with the music. But because I didn't want to do it... if I'd have done it without the earphones, it would have been perfectly in time, but you'd have had echo, which would not have been good. Actually, for my voice, it would have been perfect. So I listened back.
Close. It was close enough. It was close enough.
It's because it's Bluetooth, it's not cable, isn't it? So I think cables slightly differently. So yeah, I was going to put the video up today of that on social media, but then I looked at it and I thought, no, you're 1 second behind. I can't have that missed talent there. You know what that's like, Sophie. You wouldn't have that if it was you doing an album. And of course, I want to do an album, but mine's covers. Bed covers, barbecue covers. I've got them all. What are you looking for?
I was just watching the tumbleweed go by. It was your joke.
I've got nothing to...
You can't throw anything at me. We're in completely different houses.
So I've got to do a Stephen Hawking impression. Hello. Not good. But yes. Yeah, no, the covers, I like doing covers, you know that. I don't know anything else. And as Charlie says, other covers are available.
It's a funny thing, isn't it? Because I normally don't do covers at all, but on Wednesday evening, there's a online open mic that I attend. Normally it takes place at the Global Cafe in Reading, when we are allowed to kind of go to venues. It's the Bohemian night, the Boho night, and there's quite a lot of covers are done on that one. It's on Zoom, so I have actually kind of managed to kind of practice 2 covers. So my no cover kind of rule could be broken by me occasionally playing a couple of covers. But so when
what covers did you do?
So I did the Lavender by Marillion.
Oh, I don't know that one, but Lavender is lovely,
and it's a great song as well. And the other one I did was a Snow Patrol song. I think it's called Chasing Cars, which is one that people do like. But on both of them, whilst they are similar to the original, it's kind of like my kind of my own interpretation, shall we say, as to how to play them. Because when I play guitar, I don't exactly strum the guitar properly. For those that can listen to my music, you probably find that it's not in 4/4, and I think I figured that out because apparently I can't strum the guitar properly, so everything ends up being 6/8. And so
is there a difference between strumming? I thought strumming is just what you do. That's not what you do then. If you're talking about a 6/8, which is not drugs, I thought. But
strumming is obviously as you're going up and down, right? Or if you're doing like finger picking and what have you. But in order for you to be in time, like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, you've got to kind of strum it in a particular way.
That could now, aren't you?
Because the way that I play the guitar is slightly different, which means it goes 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and it just comes up different. So there we go.
That's not a problem though, is it? Because it's your interpretation, it's your way of playing. I would assume
it's not a problem at all, but it just makes it my kind of music just stand out a little bit because it's different.
Do you know what? Talk about music today. Someone locally on the island offered me a piano for free, and they sent me a message and said, "Oh, Joe, we know you like music and stuff." Don't want to have the heart to say I can't play a piano very well. And I looked around the lounge. Mano was still in bed. I got up at 6 this morning because last night I went to bed early because tired, Callie in bed. And I was like, where can I put a piano? And it wasn't like a big grand. It was like a wall thing, but a proper piano. So if anyone can give me a suggestion where I can place a piano and don't be rude, that would be lovely in the key of G.
Mano must have been delighted to hear this news.
Don't forget, Mano doesn't live here. He's been trapped here, and bless him, he must feel trapped half the time. I use my words properly.
Yes, no, I think because the last few times as you were signing off on the video kind of calls, there has been Mano in the background with some signs up saying, "Help me! Help me!"
Oh, he says, "Up your." Oh, who's he talking to, me or you? I don't know. It's difficult having a conversation. Oh, but you're pleased to know, Manu, while I've been doing my work this evening for the LGBT community, your takeaway has been ordered. Hopefully I got it right.
think that was a suggestion as to a likely place for you to house your piano.
Joe, he got so cross when I bought my digital piano thing, the keyboardy thing. I have packed that away now because I've moved my speakers in the lounge because we can't always have a disco in the lounge apparently. So that's one been packed away. Mark says finger picking the classical guitar is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Unfortunately, it's a skill which is way above my talents.
Is that finger picking when they do that?
Well, bearing in mind that...
Or is that just excited and horny? I don't know.
I was going to say, bearing in mind what you're doing is actually below the camera line. So if you raise your hand up...
All right, okay.
No,
I know I've got to get in my position.
Finger picking...
A little guitar.
So if... I'm not going... I'm not going to give it... The guitar is just here. You know, I'm not...
I can't reach... Oh, well, I could reach. Hang on. Wrong way. Oh, there we go. I've got it.
No, my guitar is like, I can I can touch my guitar, and I'm not going to play it. There we go. There,
I got a lot of things I can touch. I'll need wine. Okay, that's what I can touch.
Guitar is here. So finger picking is when you're. Okay, like when you're plucking with your fingers like that.
So that's sort of what I was doing.
Strumming.
Is strumming more a chordy thing? Do you know? I'm not a musician. You know that I'm not a musician. But I always think that when someone's doing all the strings, because all the work's up with the top hand, you're doing that.
You're normally when you're strumming the guitar, you are normally playing a chord, but you can with a pick. Which is, there we go, there's the a little pick that I use. You can do like one string at a time. Mark is going, let's hear. I don't know, depends whether you want your ears to bleed as to whether you want to hear a song or not.
I have no hearing left, so that's fine. But do a cover on the thing that I know.
Do a cover of something that you know, and I've just told you there's only 2 songs that I've said that I can play as a cover, and I said that most of my music is just my own songs.
We could do Kumbaya. Do you know that one?
No, it's not. It is not. It's just not a campfire session.
I got the percussion.
So there we go. Jamie is playing the bottle tops.
I used to do bottle top bingo. That's how camp I was when I was younger. No, we could.
Marcus, put Mark's last comment up on the screen. I think that's brilliant. It's like, no, now.
Actually, and that is how he talks. To be fair,
like, no, now, do it now.
But I need gossip because I know Kevin does tune in occasionally. How is Kevin always in Spain? Is he retired? Mark, let me know. I'm thinking, oh my God, did I miss something? Should I stayed in Richmond? I could have been retired by now. It's bizarre. So I missed Jennifer's comment earlier. Sorry, Jennifer. Oh, I never know to call you Jennifer, Jade, or Bevan. There's 3 names out. I can use all of them. I need a blueprint of your crib. For social security reasons, I can't give that out because people will be coming into the house and not giving me the torture that I require or anything similar. Other forms of entertainment are available. I'm trying to blag and I just went out the window there, so if you don't look at me like that. There's accusing eyes.
Oh, that must have been the door to the room that you wouldn't open when I come round. Like, no, don't go in there. I'm sure you.
Which
won't
room
like
was that? I know there's usually a room that I don't let people in.
Well, no, apparently from your description just then, apparently that was your torture chamber, your torture room.
Oh, I don't even have a dungeon because they didn't give us cellars on the Kennet Island, which is dreadful.
Oh, right. So your perfect house is going to be with a cellar. Then is it? That's what you're saying.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I keep looking at these. We go for drives in the country. Oh, that's a lovely cottage. Oh, that's lovely. My head, I'm like a lovely manor house. I can see myself there. And I think, oh no, I don't want a cellar. I've seen horror movies. I know how it ends. And, you know, I don't want to be the one that gets galled over, you know. And there's someone going, oh, and that sort of stuff.
But I can't see you living in a manor house, though. I can't see sort of like Jamie of Toad Hall. I don't think that's going to work. I can, though. I can see you living in a manor house, though.
Trying to swallow.
Other forms of drinking are available.
Other boyfriends and exes houses are available. But
sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Slurp that again. Sorry.
No. I can see the joke you did there. Well done. No, we have. You know this. We have been. Well, actually, the last year, we've almost sort of lived together. And I think bless him because he's coming to my world. And everything, my world has changed so much anyway. So it's like I'm having to get to grips with having someone around. Well, wine, do me. So I had to go through this whole thing about discovering how to live alone. But I had the dog. Then I had to live alone without the dog. And then with Menno for the last year. And I don't give and take. I know that. As Brendan says, Jamie, more downstairs and upstairs.
Is that the flat? Or is that a description?
Well,
Jamie,
with hair, it's the opposite of Brendan. But, you know, so I feel sorry for him because actually, I know there's a lot of people in the world right now that have been stuck with partners they don't normally live with. And I know I am difficult to live with. I'm very set in my ways. I'm like 90. In a 19-year-old's body. So, corpse then. 19-year-old corpse. But I'm not easy to live with, I know that. And because I do, when I finish work, I like to flop on the couch. Cagney and Lacey. Other soaps are available. And, yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to say, because my brain gave up then.
No, it's fine. It's all good. I'm just making a merry little mess here myself.
You made a mess as well.
I obviously don't know quite where my mouth is.
I'm looking at the mess here and I'm thinking, I'm sure that wasn't wine.
So what are the big interesting topics today? The things that you want to find out. What is it you want us to talk about? Put a message in the chat. Let's watch two people slowly get drunk. That's the.
It wouldn't be the first time. That's been the basis of our show.
We used to have like game show segments and interesting topical news items.
No, the game show segments still happen. I stopped being competitive with it.
on my show, the game show segments happen on my show because. Oh, here we go.
I don't know why I never discovered box wine before, you know. So much easier. I'm going to suck out the thing.
Goodness me.
You know, the worst thing is, you know I'm doing the winemaking. I've got those gallons of wine in the hallway. I'm like, will you just be ready so I can start drinking you?
For those of you that are watching at home, the international sign symbol for gallons of wine. Let's just repeat that in slow motion again for you.
Is that what I did?
That clearly is gallons of wine. Shall we do that together? Are you ready? Going to say gallons of wine. Here we go. Gallons of wine. There we go. That's clearly the Jamie F.O.D sign language.
You've had ASL for American Sign Language, BSL for British Sign Language. That was GSL, Gay Sign Language. Actually, that could have been curves.
We've learnt a new one as well. There we go.
I do talk my hands and I forget. I've got to fit in this little box. Cheers quiz. I hate the word, but I'll use it because it rhymed. Anyway, shall I tell you what's happening in the next week without my script?
Yes, please yes. Please do.
So here we go. See if I can get this working. press the button. Okay, so Monday, FODBOD's quiz night returns, 8 p.m. If you've not joined the quiz before, and it has become a really popular evening, surprisingly, because it was never meant to be. It's just a pastime. You can do that through Zoom. All you got to do is find the event on Facebook and join in. If you're not on Facebook, send us a message and we will provide you with the link. On Tuesday, Rachel is back with the Lady Love. She's at 8 p.m. That's on Radio F.O.D. If you haven't downloaded the Radio F.O.D app, all you've got to do is go to Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store, Apple Store. Other fruit and veg shops are available, and download it from there. You can also download it from the Alexa store, and if you need instructions, which I know we have given out a few times now, we can get that on your Sonos as well, because the sound on a Sonos is, well, okay if you can hear. On a Thursday, we have Gary's Oral Pleasure, usually at 7. This week he's working late, so it's at 8. Friday, 6 p.m, FOD Uncles, usually the warm-up to Wake's World. Wake's World has been closed. It's like a border control. So they will be going on till 9, and that will mean that the SaturGAY virtual party will continue at 9. So no change at all. Again, with Zoom, the event and the links are in the descriptions of the shows, or for Fridays now in the event. On Saturday, the FOD Uncles, the uncles you'd never want at a wedding, will be there from 5 o'clock right through till 8 o'clock. So I made it sound a little longer than it is. And if you want them to play longer, they will, because they're very good at what they do. SaturGAY Live next week is Sophie. I'm sure she's told us she's got a co-host or not, because I'm only doing it every other week now. I'm talking to the camera and I realise you can't see me. I don't know why I'm doing that. But there we go. SaturGAY Live, 8 p.m. Sophie. No doubt she'll have a game. And that's on F.O.D TV, followed by Club F.O.D's SaturGAY virtual party. Again on Zoom through the events. And on Sunday, I will be appearing one more time. Well, I won't be appearing. You'll just be able to hear me, which is more than I can do for you. 7 p.m, Serpanova's Muircap and music. It's not all about leather. It's just about music. And don't forget, we're looking for pre-recorded and live content here at Club F.O.D, F.O.D TV and Radio F.O.D, whether it is on the music or it's on the chat, whatever the idea, we can help make it a reality. We give you the technology and the software to make that happen. Just get in touch. All you got to do is visit our Facebook pages, facebook.com/Club F.O.D, /Radio F.O.D, /F.O.D TV, or if you know us, phone us, it's easier. Tap away. Who cares? Making it up as I go along on a bottle of wine. How exciting.
And thank you so much. And now above us, before we kind of go into some of those things that you've mentioned, above me you can see there's our little thing. That we have just 3 days to go. We've managed to raise £110 so far this month. Thank you so much.
We have actually made a bit more, but they've been for specific things. So thank you to anyone that's donated the last few weeks.
Thank you so much. Because you've got all the buttons, did you want to bring our wonderful two friends up to tell us a little bit about what we hope to do with the money?
Yes, absolutely. Are you ready for this, Sophie? Could you get as drunk as I am, please? Because I'm getting tipsy.
You're driving. This is drink driving. Drink driving at its worst. There we go.
With my eyes closed. So here we go. From this drunk to two other drunks, here they are.
What do you reckon the theme's going to be when the pubs reopen?
I think we've got a bit of time to talk about that. In the meantime, we need to talk to these good people.
Oh, sorry. Hello, we are the FOD Uncles from Club F.O.D. We are an LGBT plus charity based in Reading.
As a charity, we raise funds and periodically give grants to groups who support our charity's aims. As a charity, we want our community to come up with suggestions as to who our grants go to, and at the moment we have funds which are available to issue as grants.
As part of our community, do you know of any individual, group, business, organisation or company that actively support the LGBT plus community that you feel could benefit from our support?
please have a think about this and contact us. We really do want you to get in touch, so please email us at
funds@f-o-d.co.uk. That is FUNDS at f-o-d.co.uk, all lowercase, and give us a brief reason why you feel Club FOD could help.
And also please include contact details for your nomination.
Thank you in advance.
Martin.
Brendan. Thank you. Cheers.
Oh, I do love that advert. Well, I lip
I
sync
know,
the whole
it's
thing.
I think it's really, really good. Oh, lots of chimes of things are going off at your end. So yes, we do need your suggestions.
Dinner arriving.
Oh, okay. We do need your suggestions of the good causes and places that we could offer grants to. So please do kind of send us your nominations. But it looks like we've got another really, really good busy week ahead of us. I'm looking forward to probably coming last on the quiz again on Monday. So much fun. If
Well, you didn't come last time, so you can't say that.
I know. What I mean is, I'm probably going to end up coming last next. Well, this coming time, because I've somehow managed to effectively win. Because Alan and Dave, they're like
They may not be playing this week. You'll be fine.
They're like 100 points like higher than the rest of us. So technically,
They are very knowledgeable, I have to say.
Yeah, so I think that's really cool. And then Tuesday, we've got Rachel's back for another Lady Love session, and I highly recommend that you tuning on a Tuesday to their show. It's going to be really, really interesting. There's so many kind of LGBTQ artists. That's the main kind of like focus of their show. A large number of them are local artists as well.
Yes.
And we as always really like to kind of support the local artists, especially like me as a musician and an artist as well. So that's going to be really good. Gary's show, he wasn't able to do it last week because Support You had their show. Yes. So it's going to be really good to hear Gary's show on Thursday. So please kind of like tune into that one. And then again with the F.O.D Uncles, again, I say banging playlist today, and the same was on Friday. Not the same playlist, it's different music every single time, but I guarantee that you're going to love all the music that they play. So they've got some fabulous. It's going to be different with a Friday with you not being there. We can all catch up on some of those things that we need to watch and what have you. And then on Saturday, it's going to be my first solo show. So Jamie's not going to be in the virtual.
I'll be watching.
Virtual show. I hope you will be watching.
I was on Candy and Lacey's. I'll be watching.
Yeah. So, now I've already got two amazing guests who are local artists, and I'm going to be hopefully, fingers crossed, if they kind of send me the videos. We're going to be playing a couple of videos of their music, their wonderful music that they create, and what have you. They're going to take part in the quiz as well, and it will be another she's making it up as she goes along quiz. I haven't quite decided. I've had some more stuff that's arrived from the quiz kind of section. So one of my kind of bits of furniture that was supposed to be storing things is now basically full of quiz things. So there'll be some kind of game that's going to play. I don't have a second host at the moment. If you're interested in being the second host, this is your opportunity that you could be sat next to me in the studio. If you have a green screen, which is all it needs to be, is just as simple as a green sheet that is just hung up. I mean, the screen that I've got is literally just a big green sheet. If you join the the virtual party afterwards, you'll see me kind of tearing it down. So if you have a green screen and you're interested, then we can be in the studio together. If you don't have a green screen, but you would still like to come and have a chat before we get into the quiz section, again, do let me know, because as you saw the other week, for those of you that tuned in, I could put you in a nice little frame to the side of me, and we can still be having a really good kind of conversation.
Yes.
So if you want to be involved in next Saturday's Sophie's SaturGAY show, which is basically
still live,
still
SaturGAY live.
It's still SaturGAY live. It was always going to be SaturGAY live. Then and I'm just getting distracted with Mark's kind of final comment on there. Bless you, Mark. Thank you very, very much. So Saturday's show next week is going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, but bear with me because it'll be my first kind of solo show, and I find that the whole kind of co-hosting is a lot easier when you've got somebody as wonderful as Jamie that we can just bounce off of each other. And obviously,
I love it. I do enjoy it.
If it's just me solo, then I haven't got that person to kind of bounce off of.
And the beauty is when you do, and I'm not just doing it forever, so I'm here every other week, but me and Sophie are able to just have a chat and you join in. It's lovely, and I love this. Lorraine King, hello Lorraine, nice to see you, darling. Look so happy. I think it's called wine, Lorraine. I have to apologise if I do slur at this point. I'm having a relaxing weekend, and Sophie will do wonders. I've said this off camera. I was ready to Sophie. None of us have confidence, but when we get in front of a camera, confidence appears from somewhere. So I'm looking forward to watching and not taking part. I only get 1 week off into, which is a lot less than what I've done for years, so that will be great. But don't forget, you've got Follow Calls, Rachel, and you've got Gary on the radio. And for us here, Club F.O.D isn't stopping. It's F.O.D TV or Radio F.O.D. We're very happily and proudly being granted funding to keep this going for a year by the National Lottery. So thank you to the National Lottery to do this. And we've got so many other exciting things happening, because people forget we are a charity. So the money you help us fundraise over there, pointing in the wrong direction, Sophie said, goes to Club the Funded Diversity. It also goes to our own services that we produce as well, not just what we do here to help prevent socialisation, but we actually do projects to reduce socialisation, the befriending service, the U Club, when it happens. And of course, can't wait, end of May, our second birthday will also be the first night we're back doing our physical events at the Belgrave, and then in June, when we go back to how Club F.O.D was and still is the only LGBT plus night in Berkshire, and organised, in partnership with the Belgrave, but done as a charitable aim. So I think it's time for us to get in that party room. Sophie, I'm not saying goodbye because I'll see you tomorrow at a trustees meeting, but I'll see you in a minute in the group.
I will see you in the right. For those of you, I mean, there's some things in the chat as well about people asking me to play the guitar. If you want to see me play the guitar, I'm not going to do it right now. However, if you're...
She's very upset, I'm going. Cry. Can you cry? Make it look a bit sad.
I can't on demand. I mean, if you want me to play my guitar, I can play my guitar.
We're good at crying, is what I was looking at.
But we do have the virtual party. Mark has put... thank you very much, Mark. Mark has put the details in the chat. It is also in the description of the thing, wherever it is that you're watching, whether you're watching on the Book of Face, the Tube of You, the Twitch, if you're watching it on Twitch, or the Scopey's Perry, look at the description. The link is in there. I believe the room is open.
It is.
And then you should be able to jump in and join us for conversation and chat and whatever. Really looking forward to seeing you and having that kind of face-to-face conversation. So
Lorraine says that she's going to try and tune in, Sophie. I'm sure she will.
Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you.
I know Lorraine
bless
from...
you.
Do you remember the days when I was spooky, Sophie? I was a spiritualist, and I know Lorraine from there, and Lorraine was a local, and Lorraine was actually one of the first people I hung around with when I came back out after Samhain died, so it's always good to see Lorraine. So I've got to do something that is very symbolic for me, and all that is doesn't work. My bum looked big in this, Sophie.
Well, why are you tearing it down?
Oh, it doesn't work. I thought you just pulled it up and pulled it down. That's not what the advert said.
But you need the green screen for your... for the next time that you're doing this.
I've got to move the green screen to another location for all the Eurovision stuff I'm doing. So...
okay, right. Okay.
Bedroom, obviously. So, let's do this. Let's do this final remarks. Always remember, be fabulous, be special, be as unique as you always are. Keep these clean. And remember, we want to get out this lockdown, spread the love, not the germs. And I'll say, good night, God bless. My name is Jamie Wake.
I am Sophie from Colours and Fires.
Go and check out Colours and Fires. Go and check out Club F.O.D. And we will leave you with our really bad dance, because we never
and
do.
And this dance, rather, just before you do this, I can't remember if we said this last time. I think what the people... I had joined the... I haven't done it yet, but last time I had joined like the virtual party ahead, so that we could still see that. Right, the dance that you see in the closing credit is not pre-recorded. We physically are doing that for you now as the crazy.
I've got the same thing with the cardboard down for tomorrow.
It's the
Come on, ow! It's so tight. Come on, ow!
The crazy Kate Bush improv dance that we're going to do for you now. To that is, good. You have to steal the thunder, even like.
I just steal the what? Gone over there. I just steal the wine.
Say, if I started talking whilst you were in the middle of doing something, you'd be well mad at me.
I wasn't talking. I was pouring.
No, you'd be making more noise than you normally do when you're talking. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is the dancing that you're just about to witness is the two of us actually making a fool of ourselves for your entertainment. And it is live. We're literally going to be doing this now. Take it away, Jamie. Bye-bye.
Good night. God bless. See you later.